what I'm hoping to do today is talk mainly about your fabulous New York Times bestselling, but instant New York Times selling book here. It begins with you. Specifically, I'd like to harness your expertise in the service of helping people live longer. So what is it about building a good relationship and how to build a good relationship that can actually help people live longer? And if it's okay with you, I would like to start with June 2nd, 2014. One of the most riveting beginnings of any service book I've ever read. And I wonder if you would tell us what happened that day. And you get extra points for vulnerability.
Well, I'm not going to cry because here's the good news. We talked about purpose and meaning. I've created so much purpose and meaning from that date, which I will elaborate on in a moment, that it's lost. It doesn't have any emotional charge for me anymore. Partially because it was in 2014 and we're in 2025, but also because the meaning that I give it is I wouldn't be sitting here today. I would not have written this book had that not happened. So June 2nd, 2014, basically I woke up to what was the end of a very early pregnancy. So it was a miscarriage, only a few weeks in. And my then husband and I had been having problems in our very short 2-year marriage, but we were in a better place, and partially was that with the fact that my mom was dying of lung cancer. And so I woke up to that and basically had to go to the gynecologist alone because he said he was too busy at work. I know, it's like amazing, right? And then and I just felt something was wrong. And later that day, I guess it was around 5:00, I said, when are you going to be home? And he said, I'm not coming home. I'm going to stay at my parents'. And so what ensued was just a really difficult conversation. And so basically the story is my ex-husband broke up with me over text. And when I woke up to a miscarriage and my mom was dying of lung cancer. So that day was the beginning of a very deep, dark night of the soul. I went into a very severe depression and didn't know how I was going to survive, but figured out a way. And one of the things that happened was I became obsessed with what makes a relationship work, because I could not believe that I was in this situation. I was a yogi. I thought that I was like self-aware. I just could not believe it. So I went on, it was very kind of you to say that I was shaman-like in the way that I deliver things. In my view, the metaphor that I think of is I went on a sort of shamanic journey to figure out, number one, how am I going to ever be okay again? Because when you go through something like that, as human beings, we can't even see past the situation that we're in. So we think that the experience that we are experiencing, we think the circumstance that we're experiencing is permanent. So I had to figure out a way to be happy again and to be stable again, and how to figure out what makes a relationship work. And so I went into a deep dive and got incredibly educated and worked with the best mentors in the business, literally. And here I am today.
You brought up this really good point about when people experience these tragedies, that they think this is a permanent state. And it's not, is it?
No.
Did you realize it wasn't when you were going through it?
Because of my study of yoga, and the philosophies that are included in the yoga practice is the understanding that nothing is permanent. And so I knew that, but I couldn't, when you just think that your life is just falling apart. You said something in your introduction that you were talking about, the wellness bros. And what we're learning is that actually it's not just, it's living close to the earth, it's connection, it's family, it's putting family first. Like these are the things that add 10 years to your life, and purpose and meaning. And it's interesting because I really believe in the mind-body connection. I believe that the mind and the body are one. I think that most of the time when we are dealing with any sort of chronic things, there's an emotional component. And I know that to be true also because I've worked with hundreds of people with headaches who, when they resolved a conflict with a key relationship in their life, whether that was a business partner, whether that was their lover, whether that was their mom, their dad, their sibling, the headache went away.
Interesting.
Yeah. So I think of it as sort of like a trilogy. It's a mind-body relationship connection because our relationships really do determine the quality of our lives, and that good relationships make us feel better and happier and healthier, and bad relationships make us stressed out and sick and weak.
So if you like that clip, there's a lot more where that came from. So hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell so you won't miss our new videos as they come out each week.